All right, hey guys, what is going on? So I'm gonna be doing something special for you guys. So in light of the, in light of a lot of everything, doing an album review for Mariah Carey's 16th studio album, "Here for It All," was released 4 days ago, September the 26th of this year. It's 11 songs, and I think it's only like what, maybe 35, 36 minutes runtime, so it's pretty short. And I like short albums, and it gets straight to the point. So the inspiration for this album is basically her first record in 7 years since the album in 2018 called Caution. So she basically, when she told Variety back in 2024, when she was writing new songs for her project and figuring out the track list, and of course, we already know the singles that she released, Type Dangerous, Play This Song by Anderson Paak, and of course, he announced the video in the front of the cover art, and I already talked about basically the track list and everything. So getting into the album, and also I'm going to do a tier ranking, and you'll see that later on with her albums, and from listing of worst to best or least favorite to favorite. In my opinion, what I think is their best project. So let's just start with some of my favorite songs on the album, and we're going to talk about that. And let's start with Play This Song with Anderson Paak. And I really did like the fact that she grabbed and really got gathered the cannot talk today. She gathered a few features, for this project, few collaborators for this project, and this song in particular, produced by her and Daniel Moore the second, and also I believe, and also Anderson Paak helped produce this project as well. So some of the lyrics I'll talk about a little bit, where she says, um, "Boy, I know you miss me. Listen to yourself. You can listen by your damn self, and I can't pretend to hold it all in. And when it all comes around again, you must know some history. Listen by yourself. Please listen by your damn self." As that pretty much goes in repetitious poem and repeats. And then of course I like Anderson Paak's range and verse here when he says, "There's a thing on my mind I can't block this time. Ain't no way around it. Told Pookie, Deshaun, and Ron, and we were getting back together, although I highly doubt it." Also, I like some of the lines where she says, "Don't pretend you don't feel the same. I can't take all the pain and the sorrow. Come on, stay until tomorrow. And I know you miss me. It ain't hard when things don't go away. I know it's not the same, I promise. And all I can say is I'm sorry." So I really like this song, and I really like this record in particular because you can just tell that both are really just talking about like just their own feelings and interpretations of like, you know, self-absorbance, self-indulgence, and rely and why both, in some sense can be fully committed in relationships, and how much they kind of, reconcile their own like bad habits and incorporate in their own, from their past transgressions and relationships. So I like what they was doing and what they was, kind of going back and forth, a duet style and repetitious in a duet style and form, in a way that they're encompassing, their own feelings and their own interpretations, towards a guy and towards a woman in the record. So that's what I really like about it. And I also really like the chorus. It's of course, where it says "Play this song by yourself." Um, I also really like the last part of the verse where they both interpret. "And I know you miss me, babe. Don't pretend like you don't feel the same. Take all the pain and sorrow. I can't stay until tomorrow." You know, but it's very, very calm and very inducing. Very, you know, really going in deep in cycle and going deep encompassing about committed in certain relationships. So I really do like that about this record. And the beat was very, and the production is very chill, very somber. Um, very chill, very somber, very inclusive, and very self-informed and self-composed. Let's get to the song "In Your Feelings," track 5. It's produced by her and also Anderson .Paak. I think he produced at least about maybe 50-some% of this project, so that's really a really good thing for him, just to be behind the keyboard and everything, be behind the production. But I also like parts of the verse where she says, "Then again, you pretend I don't know you're sure. I thought I was yours, then thought we could fly. I guess we probably scared of heights, and I'll let you go. Watching them walk a mile, and I let myself fall down. Why you feel so estranged, pain from all the heartache, and we're back and when we started, and I keep playing these games, and you keep playing these games." And she also says in the next song, in the next verse, she says, "Sweet tender love, say you promised. Now I feel stupid and stuff because you couldn't be honest. Pain is in my heart, darts in your back, painting a picture of what we all could have had." All right. Another song that really is very important that I really thought that I really enjoyed was the song "Nothing Is Impossible." The next song, track 6. Uh, Also, she helped with the production, and Daniel Moore produced this. When she says, "Covering my eyes was so unpleasant, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't very nice seeing it. I never rise, thought I never seemed like I never rise again. Surely I couldn't find a friend haunted by desperation and long, hard nights." I knew deep down inside that I could fly. My spirit lives in my soul, so I never let go. Cause I dream a greater dream. I flight a greater flight. I survive a gruesome fall because nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible at all, from the chorus. And she also says, "I weathered the storms that I most could handle. Surprisingly, I'm allowed to stand up. Miracles cease to set me free. They chase me down, but I'm still rolling. Something that cannot be stolen. I will not break, and I will not be broken. It's deep, can't you see?" So what I gathered, from the record is more like a spiritual kind of record. She's kind of really taking a more deeper, more transgression in her life currently at the age of 56 years old. She's kind of like just looking at life in a different transgression. She's looking at life in a different viewpoint, in a different sense. So that's what I really enjoyed about this record is she's more or less self-reflecting about her own, subconscious. She's also self-reflecting about, past, relationships and things that she could have gotten better and she could have taken it back and took it off. So I really like that about this record, and yeah, this is definitely, in my opinion, probably my favorite song on the album. Now, a record that really, in my opinion, should get talked about more was the record called "I Won't Allow It." Where she says, "What you gonna do when your mind is blown and all your heart explodes and your body's cold? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna say when we go our separate ways? And when you see me outside with my billion dollar bay, please enjoy your fillet. What you gonna do when you're feeling low? 'Cause I don't love you anymore. No more of that part. What you gonna do when you're lying on the floor and changed my number a while ago?" And then she said, "See what you doing with your dirty mustache and your patches on your pants, and you kind of show, and you still the same, and I'm still the same. So what you gonna do when your face all broke, and your heart inside, you lost your pride, and it can't obtain any Accutane. You should have been more proactive." So in this, and also from this record, and one of the reasons why I like this one the most is because I just feel like she's kind of looking at it in a sense of some about a particular guy, and not allowing trials and tribulations, and temptations from him, and and also at the time, um, with her and this particular guy, what I'm thinking that she's kind of referring to, um, and she's not allowing the BS that he's pretty much on, the toxicity that he was pretty much on, to allow her to reflect, you know, uh, uh, her pretty much her inner circle, her inner space, is pretty much what I got gathered from the record. And the last song I want to talk about in particular was the last song, and in my opinion, it's probably the classic sample song, and that's the title track, "Here for It All." I like this because it reminds me a lot of her classic early '90s self-titled album, and also Butterfly, and then her other record in particular, because it kind of goes into more that classic, more gospel feeling sample. And also, she said that it revealed that it's one of her favorite songs on the project, and it also has like some in gospel or jazzy elements, which I was just saying. So yeah, and also going from the second, well, let me get back to it. The first verse says, "I lay awake and I feel you breathe, and thank the Lord we are lit to see." And if it, and the physical embodiment of love, some say that's tough, but when you leave, you take a little bit of every fiber that's embedded in me, and if you need, I keep my together and internalize the deep of the feels. And baby, I'm here for it all, the glory and the shakes and withdrawals, and even when you bounce off the walls, and baby, I'm here for it all. I'm here for the clouds in your eyes, a kiss where the sun never shines, and I won't let you break down when you fall, and I'm here for it all. And oh, the rainbows, and on the rainbows, and will always remind you of me. And please remember to look for them diligently. And I save a prayer, cause all the covenants are real. Believe in things unseen. But if you leave, just whisper something softly to the wind if you want Mariah to hear. But if you please, just stay with me for a while, and you help me laugh through the tears till I'm gone. Oh, hey, how's it going, Carter? So yeah, this is probably one of her best songs that she's done on the album, and because it has a lot of gospel and jazzy feeling elements, and what I gather from this album as a whole, you know, including the title song, this feels more or less her talking about self-reflecting on her life, things that she could have done better in past relationships that she had, and also it kind of is reflecting of just her career and how she's feeling at this current moment in time. And so, and it also reveals more like her earlier works, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to being more heartfelt and emotionally driven, and just more attached to something bigger than just her, more or less, uh, just finding, her own pathway is what I gathered from the album. And so my thoughts overall is this is a really, really nice follow up to her album Caution, which to me, that and Emancipation of Mimi, I didn't really feel like it was something that, I felt like it was something that she was kind of make to go for more radio, more commercial. I felt like this is the album that she really wanted to make, for a while, and she was kind of sitting on, and I really think that she got everything of her thoughts and everything composed out of the record overall and really made it into her own. So, yeah, this is a solid. Oh, I just said my favorite songs is "Nothing Is Impossible" and "Here for It All," and "I Won't Allow It." Those are my favorite songs, Carter. So yeah, it's very self-reflected. It's very non like self-indulgent, and she's basically getting into more or less um, reflections and more or less interpolations of just overall her career, and feeling like she's in a different light, in a different stage. So I think this is a solid record. I give it a 3 out of 4 stars. I definitely think you can definitely believe you should check this one out. It's something that, if you really are in the mood, R&B mood, to really listen to this, or really looking to talk about more spirituality in records, I definitely think you should check this one out. It's definitely worth your time. Now, just gonna do a quick tier ranking before I get on out of here, because I really wanted to do this, and it's especially because she released, her latest record. I wanted to do more. Let me kind of hold on. Give me a second. All right, kind of maximize the. Uh, all right, so let's just do a quick album ranking or tier list ranking, because I wanted to do this because it's a specialty. So let's get it out the way. I cannot think what the heck this album title is right here. I think this is that's the Charm Bracelet record. My bad. Yeah, that's the Charm Bracelet record. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. So, anyways, so this is a tier list ranking for worst to best. So let's start with the album Charm Bracelet. I'm gonna put this record in the. If I can get. Oh, come on, son. Oh, you. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to get this dang ranking to go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to really get this. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out with the ranking later. I'll come back with another video about that. So yeah. So in light of everything, guys, check this one out. I definitely will get back to you with the tier list ranking, because something is going on with the tier rankers, and I don't want to spend too much time with it. But yeah, definitely check this one out. I highly recommend it. Oh, hey, what's going on? Serpent, Pity, what's going on? Oh, and Sonya, hey, how's it going? Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, definitely check out the album, guys. Sorry about the tier list. Been having trouble with my computer for a while. So yeah, I'll come back with another video later about it. So yeah, definitely check it out. I'm out of here. Peace.